Good evening. This is Amon Ramada. I kind of wanted to do a solo video here, trying to talk to you about a little bit of my own experience as of late with the powerful rhythm of magic, the powerful rhythm of the tarot. Um, I've not really given my backstory yet, but time will come and I will. Um, I had been going through some things recently. My magic had dwindled, as did my spirit. I still knew truth, but what good is truth? What good is truth? What good is knowledge if you have no ability to acquire the wisdom to understand? And that's where I had been. I had been stagnated by my own filth, by my own depression, and I had let everything that I had known, everything that I had learned, dwindle down, and I had become sorry for. I had become to the point where I started feeling sorry for myself. Uh, and then one day I was kind of rejuvenated. I My good buddy came over, J.A. Decided he wanted to, well, he was sitting there. He showed me his new tarot deck he had, and he decided that, well, I asked him, I said, man, let's go ahead and do a reading real quick. I had a lot of things in my mind, and I had just reached that part of my life, man, where I was just like, once again, I was like, man, something's got to give. And I had just left my job because I was unhappy, and it was taking away from my spirituality. Believe it or not, my job did kind of pull me away from my spirituality. Not only that, it pulled me away from my ability to attune my mind, body, and spirit, my exercising in all aspects, whether it be your mind or your physical body, your brain, your heart. Because the heart is where the spirit lies. Well, he had come over and we did a quick reading, and he said I had drew the guy under the tree meditating. And if you're familiar with the tarot deck, there's the universe is trying to hand the guy meditating something, but he's so caught up in tunnel vision. He's so focused on trying. He's got his mind in a one path, and he can't allow anything to happen. He can't allow creation to form because for creation to form, you must let go and allow the universe to take hold. So I had been focusing and focusing way too much on the wrong thing, and I wasn't allowing it. First card, we did the 3 card pool, of course, and I pulled that card. He said, "So the universe has a gift for you. There's something the universe is trying to give you, but you're not allowing your own self to receive it." Now, real quick background here. I've been quite a troublemaker in my past. I mean, quite a troublemaker. I'm 31 now, and I decided at 30, 29, 30 that, okay, enough's enough. I want to get my life together now. I have 2 children, young ones. And I decided I needed to get this together before it's too late. So in the last 7 months, I had started doing things. I mean, right out the gate 7 months ago, I started manifesting and living by this path and just attracting things into my life and going for it and allowing the universe and showing my faith. And I was accomplishing things. I lost over 100 pounds. I became smarter. I gained control over my emotions. I was just very healthy mentally and intellectually was like that. Meditations were powerful, and I was in incredible physical condition. And those of you who ain't familiar with what like a TWIC card is, it's a transition worker uh, card, identification card, so that you could work. It's a security clearance card, basically for you to work like over the water. it's kind of hard to get that because they do a background check, so on and so forth, and I had a rough background. Um, at the point where I had even got it, I had no money, and the day that I had to go get it, I just, you know, attracted the money to me essentially, and here it is, you know. And then I had got the job that I said I was going to get until I was able to get the job with the Twit card, which I still haven't received that job. And I was told I would never be able to get one because of my past, and 2 weeks later, I received my Twit card, which is a big step. Most jobs you get with that or I think all jobs that you get with that are pretty high paying jobs. So that was a big thing for me. And like I said, I had gotten the job in construction, and it had taken away from my spiritual life, and 14, 15-hour days working, and I'm only getting paid for 10. And the pay started off good, but it wasn't a real job that you can move up and really do anything with. It just really had started, depression had kicked in, and I just started moping around, being sad, and gaining a little weight again. Anyway, I had still things that came my way, you know, still things that had been going okay. And like I said, there for a few months, I fell into a real funk, you know. Well, I drew that card. Next card was the card of a guy who's basically explaining my situation: depression, down and out, down in the dumps, can't get everything figured out, don't know what to do. You name it, just a very negative, sad card. Feelings of just powerlessness, you know, essentially is what that card means. Third card was I can't remember the card. I'm as initiated as I consider myself in the mysteries of the universe. I've just now gotten to where I'm studying the tarot. Okay, so you got to bear with me. I don't know all the names of the cards. Next card was the Knight on the Horse, and the Knight on the Horse is got his head held high. He's proud, like, look at me, look what I did. It's like and looking around like, okay. So he's looking at me. He's like, okay. So basically, your first card is here's where you're at. You're focused on something. You got tunnel vision. You can't but the universe is trying to give you something, but you're not allowing it to come to you. And the other card is where you've been. You've been depressed. You've been sad, and you feel powerless. And the next one was like something's gonna come, and so you know the stages. So what can you do to allow it to come? Well, you have to give in. You have to allow. You have to stop trying to control the situation. So I was looking at that, and I kind of took that like, you know what, that's pretty positive. That's really great. That means there's something there for me. So we did our ritual. We did our ritual. We went to, I believe it was, we went to Inky that night. Oh man, it was real powerful, really powerful. The presence was unreal. I mean, very, very magnetic, very strong, and very, very revealing. Spoke to me. I, without going into too much details, Inky's beautiful. So we went to him, and we did our ceremonial magic. We cast our spells, and we made our pact. The next day, I'm trying to see about getting a good paying job. And it's early in the morning. Next thing you know, this ad comes across the internet, and it's for a college. Keep in mind, I've been told my whole life, you know, that I was smart, but it would bother everybody because they knew how smart I was, how intelligent I was, and I wouldn't put none of it to use. Not for the right reasons, anyway. Keep in mind, I was also told I would never be anything. I'd never be able to get to school. I'd never be able to college first because I had a GED. I'd never get to college and all these great things. This ad came through for college. So I go through this process. I'm like, okay, well, I'll put in the information, you know. Well, then they end up calling about 30 minutes later. I'm like, you know, I'll go, okay, I'll answer, I'll talk to them. I don't, you know, thinking they're going to come up with something. Well, guys like, well, you know, you can still apply for federal grant. I'm still like, okay, well, even if they decide to pay $5,000, $10,000, you know, they're still $50,000 to $80,000 that I just am not going to be able to pay, $30,000, I'm just not going to be able to pay. Well, I go through the process. I end up being, they asked me what I would like to major in. What is it I'm interested in doing? Of course, I picked psychology because, for one, I do consider myself pretty intelligent, pretty initiated when it comes to the power of the human mind, and the power to control one's body, mind, and spirit through the attunement of all three. And it's always been a dream of mine to help people, to teach people, to speak, public speaking, teaching, writing. I'm an incredible writer. So I go through this process, man. So I go through this whole thing, end up going through the FAFSA process, which is the federal grant, and they end up deciding that I would be accepted, a fully paid college degree in psychology, and that was it. And not only would I be getting a full paid federal grant, I mean full paid, where I don't have to pay nothing, books or nothing, everything's paid. But it would even be to the point where I'd also get money, for my expenses per month. We're talking about a few, good little chunk of money that I'll actually be getting paid to for my expenses in college. So I'm like, man, is this real? Is this real? And the guy asked me, he goes, hey, is this what you want to do? He said, did you know when you woke up this morning that you'd be going to college? You'd be accepted into college today? I said, absolutely not. But you know what I did know? I knew that the universe had something for me because of that tarot reading, because of the rituals, because of the magic, because of the faith, because of the power. And when, do you understand out there the power behind what I'm telling you? Is that we ran this tarot reading, we did our ritual. I was completely positive. Man, bless. Oh, thank you, Inky. Thank you, Thoth. Thank you, Lucifer. Thank you. Anyway, so we run all these, and I'm not only am I fully enrolled into a university out of Georgia, and they even gave me the choice to go there. I have two young children, and we're a little far from Georgia. Still in the South, but still kind of far from Georgia. So I was like, well, but they have an online program. So I'm having a fully enrolled in college for a degree in psychology, and I'm getting paid for my expenses per month. That is one of the most beautiful testaments to this lifestyle that I have ever seen. And when I called my buddy J.A., he was freaking stoked. He was completely stoked because it's something he wants to do too, and it looks like it's about ready for him to happen for him too. And if I would still been working my job, that would not have happened. I would not have been home that morning for any of that to happen. And that's essentially a leap of faith. That is the universe working itself out in my favor, for my mind. That is the power of the creation, of the light, of the truth, and the way. And it's the most beautiful feeling to know that this life that you're living, the way that you believe and the way that you feel and the way that you practice occult magic is actually real, and it's actually justified, and it's actually the way that the patriarchs were doing things. It's everything you read about in the ancient text, in the holy books, in the Bible that Christ talked about, that Buddha talked about, Quetzalcoatl, Horus. The list goes on and on. And it's I still sometimes it's hard to believe, but I'm fully enrolled. I have all my stuff going. I just started my classes a couple days ago, and not only that, there's other things that are happening. It's a process, and I see it every day. And not only that, it's rejuvenated me. It's regenerated me. It's 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 the most beautiful thing, and I thank the universe. I thank Inky. I thank Thoth. I thank Lucifer. I thank the great I am, for I am He. I thank my good buddy J.A. I thank my children. I thank their mother, even though we're not together. She's been a real blessing in my life. There's been times where it didn't seem like she was, but she really has. And I know I'm getting kind of personal here, man, but this is personal. It's really personal. And that's why I'm shooting this video. That's why me and JA are doing the things we're doing. When I called JA the next day and told him, hey, I've been on the phone for 6 hours. Guess what? The tarot reading was correct. Guess what? It wasn't just something simple. It wasn't like a chunk of money. This is my future. This is my life. This changes everything. And the unbelievable power of the occult. There's nothing wrong with it. It's not evil. If it's evil, then why is good things happening to me? And why are they things that I still have to earn? It's not like I'm getting something for nothing. It's not like I'm getting something in exchange for my soul. That's not what's happening here. This is a pact. This is truth. This is something that I still have to earn. I still have to work for, and I still have to give back. I will give back to the universe. I will give back to the entities. I will give back. I will help people with problems, with addictions, with shortcomings that they can get over with. But they don't understand the true potential power of the human heart and the human mind. The human mind is a reflection of the universal mind on a smaller scale, but yet the same potent power. And we are creators. We do create. Is it not written in your law, I said, that you are gods? John 10:34. Issa, Yeshua. Some of you call him Jesus. He said that. He was actually quoting Psalm 82:6, where Yahweh said to the council of gods, is it not written? Or he said, you are all gods. This is unbelievable. But yet it's believable. It's real. This is reality. When I woke up that morning, I had no idea I would be enrolled in college. When I go to bed tonight, I go to bed in college for a degree in psychology. And that's huge. That changes my life. That changes my kids' life. That helps their mother. I will walk one day and grab my degree, and I will hug the dean or the professor, whoever hands it to me, and I'll have a cap and a gown on. A guy who didn't even walk in high school. He got his GED. A guy who has been incarcerated. A guy who has been suicidal. A guy who has wanted to give up so many times. A guy who, if it wasn't for his 2 little boys, would either be dead or have a very, very long stint in prison. And I thank the universe for that. I thank the universe. I thank the people who deny me. I thank the people who hate me now. I thank the people who deny me now and think that I'll fail at that. I know people think I'm not even telling the truth about it, and that's fine. I welcome it. I welcome it. I need it. I need that motivation. I don't even really need the motivation. I love the motivation. It's just extra motivation. My guidance counselor, I think I've only done 3 assignments, but my first assignment was to just kind of introduce myself to the class, write an essay, you know, what I want in life, what I plan on doing, why I'm doing what I'm doing, so on and so forth. And he called me. He said, man, because you know you put all this stuff online, you post it, and they go check over it. And he's like, man, he said, you look at your stuff and you look at everybody else, man, you blowing everybody away. He said, if and that professor sees that, if that's any indication of the way things are, he said, man, you're gonna do very well. You're gonna do very great, and that's exactly what they're looking for. So I, I wish I'm running out of things to say because I'm kind of getting choked up about it. But there's more, there's more to talk about. There really is, but I don't want to speak on it yet. I want to allow the manifestation to occur. I don't want to focus on it. The focus is no need for the focus. All I can do is sit back and allow it. I've done my part, and I'll continue to do my part as it's needed. But for the things that are working in manifestation now, I just have to allow it to happen. Um, since this has happened, even the night before that I found this out, whenever I did the ritual and the tarot reading, that night I couldn't even sleep. I had started doing other things, trying to figure out ways online to make money and so on and so forth. And I couldn't sleep. My mind was racing, man. I was like, what can I do? What can I do, man? There's got to be something. And there was. Well, this is a Amon Ra. And for those of you who don't know what that means and are very curious of what that means the unseen God of chaotic truth. Huh? Isn't that pretty fitting for this guy here? Chaotic truth right here. Remember, no one gets through the Father except through me. To change your mind, you must first change your heart. The heart is where the truth is. This is Amon Ra signing off. Y'all have a blessed day.